What is up, YouTube? It's Death here, and welcome to my channel. And today I want to discuss a couple things that are going on within the Call of Duty community. First of all, there's a discussion going on about DLC exclusivity, and I want to talk about that. And then also I want to talk about the new event that dropped on Call of Duty World War II today. So starting off with the DLC exclusivity topic, I know there's a lot of concern right now going on within the community that PlayStation might be losing exclusivity this year, and it might be going back to Xbox. Well, first I want to start off by saying I personally don't believe that that's going to happen. I think that it will stay with PS4, and I think that the PlayStation will get 30 days early DLC for Call of Duty for 2018, 2019, and probably 2020 as well, because they'll probably sign a new 3-year contract and extend it for those next 3 years. The reason behind that, I believe, is because I just don't see any reason as for Activision changing over to Xbox at this point, because PlayStation sales are still higher than Xbox, and there's a lot of people who would be upset with the idea of it going over to Xbox now. And so I don't see any reason for it moving. For a business standpoint for Activision, obviously they're going to make a lot more money from it staying on PlayStation. And with that being said, I just don't, like I said, I don't see it changing. I'm curious on your opinions, though. Do you think it will? Do you think it won't? Do you think it'll become non-exclusive and it'll be on both consoles at the same time? Yeah, it's just an interesting topic, and I'm curious what you guys think. So if you want to leave a comment down below on your opinions on it and what you believe will happen, then go ahead and do that. On my personal opinions, like I said, I think it will stay. I think it'll stay on PS4 now. However, when it comes to DLC exclusivity, my final thoughts on it, I just want to say is I don't believe that it should be exclusive to either console. I think that DLC should drop at the same time for both consoles as well as PC, as I think it's kind of stupid that one console gets DLC early versus the other, because then it splits the community. For example, for me, being on Xbox, having stayed loyal to Xbox from Xbox 360 days to now Xbox One, it's a pain in the butt because like I get kind of discouraged from wanting to do certain things within Call of Duty, because by the time the DLC drops on Xbox, it's old news. Nobody that I follow, on YouTube is doing anything for it anymore. And so it's boring to me almost. Even though it's new content, it's almost boring the day it drops because nobody's talking about it anymore, because it's 30 days old. And especially for like me, I'm a zombies player as well, and it would be so much more fun for me playing the zombies if I actually got to engage within the Easter egg hunt. But by the time I get the map, and by the time I get to actually try it out and try out the Easter egg and all that and try to find the steps, it doesn't matter because it's already been found. So that's another thing, is I have to kind of stay away from YouTube for a month because I don't want to get spoiled by certain things. I'm one of those people who I kind of like to keep it fresh, to keep it less boring for me, honestly. I try to stay away from YouTube a little bit, and I try to not know much about the new maps and know about the new zombies map until it comes out. Then I try to play it a little bit, see if I know anything about it, like try to learn anything about it, I should say. And then if I don't know what I'm doing, then I go to YouTube. But that's what I'm saying, like, about the whole, YouTubers and all that, is that as a community, I feel like, not even just YouTubers, but as a community, I feel like we could be more connected if DLC came out at the same time. With the DLC coming out early on one console versus the other, it just splits the community, and I think that it kind of ruins the experience for the console that has to wait, as well as for PC users. Obviously, they have to wait 30 days as well. So to me, it's kind of a bummer, and I think that at the end of the day, I know it's a big business standpoint for Activision. I know they make more money by doing this, but my solution to that is that maybe get rid of DLC exclusivity for a console, but however still have the consoles vie for competitive side of things. Decide, like, okay, Activision can say, okay, whoever throws out the most money to us can have their console be represented for competitive, and that's of course the console then that the competitors would play during League, Call of Duty World League, and that's where they would obviously play their tournaments. So that's my kind of fix to that, and I think that's where they should go. As for DLC exclusivity, though, like I said, I think they should get rid of it. I think that it should just be the same time for everybody. That way, the Call of Duty community can come back together. I think that would kind of bring back some of the people that left, because a lot of people have left the Call of Duty franchise because they have been discouraged by DLC exclusivity, as well as just some of the decisions that have been made by Activision, as other decisions that are made, like supply drops and etc. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about in this video is the new event that dropped today on World War II. It's the Shamrock and Awe event. It's obviously a St. Patty's Day event that is dropped, and it lasts for 3 weeks. It'll end on April the 3rd, and for these 3 weeks, they have added a few new things to the game. The first thing you're really going to notice when you start up your game is you're going to notice that the menus for Call of Duty World War II have been updated. The style of like the images when they appear on the screen are a little bit different. They added a little bit different effect to them. It has more of kind of a bluish, like old style film kind of style. And so it's kind of cool. And that's the first thing you're going to notice when you start up your game. And then once you go to headquarters, you're going to notice that there's obviously a new St. Patty's Day themed headquarters, and within it you're going to see a bunch of 4-leaf clovers on the ground, and then once you get to the center you're going to see that there's a giant gold cup. The firing range has been updated. It has different 4-leaf clovers on targets and stuff like that, and then once you go down, or you might even be able to see it from the starting areas, is that you'll see that there's a rainbow up in the sky. So St. Patty's Day themed headquarters, pretty cool. As always with every event, Sledgehammer always updates the headquarters and gives us kind of a cool little thing for that. Now the quartermaster, obviously our quartermaster event dude is back. He is back with some new contracts. We have supply drops, obviously. That I don't think there's any actual like Shamrock and Awe themed supply drop. I think they're just regular supply drops this time around instead of an actual like event supply drop like we've had in the past. But there is some new items within the supply drops. There's new weapon variants, and then we have some other things we can earn, like calling card. We have a calling card, and a new emblem that we can earn. And then there's also some. They also added charms that you can put on your weapons. They have some for Operation Overlord. And they also have some for Shamrock and Awe, as well as new camos. Again, Shamrock and Awe and Operation Overlord themed camos that can be added to your weapons. And then finally, there is a new reticles for your sights that you can put as well. So like I said, the event goes on through April the 3rd. And then the last thing I want to talk about is there is also a new game mode that was added in today called Leprechaun Mosh Pit. And within the Mosh Pit, there's 4 game modes. You can play TDM, Kill Confirm, Domination, and Hardpoint, and you would play them as you normally would. The only difference is there's a little bit of a twist, and within that twist is that there is a leprechaun that will appear every so often within the game, and when he appears, your goal is to shoot him and get rid of him as quick as possible, and you want to be the first one to do so. And if you do it, you will get a reward. Now, the reward that so far that I noticed is by just playing one game, I got one, and I got all 3 of my score streaks. So my assumption is that you get all 3 of your score streaks when you do so. I don't know if there's any other rewards. I don't know if it's randomized or if that's just the set given reward. But that is what I noticed when I got it. I got all 3 score streaks. Obviously, I was able to use all 3 of them. So, yeah. So from right now, it looks like if you play that game mode and you obviously kill a leprechaun, you will get all 3 of your score streaks. So be on the lookout for that. That's a new game mode that they added. Finally, I just want to say thank you for watching my video, and if you liked what you saw and you want to see more from me like this, you want to see more commentaries, please leave a like, please subscribe if you're new, and otherwise leave a dislike, and I don't really mind. I'm on the support either way. I'm a little bit new to this, so obviously any feedback is better than none. So thank you again, and goodbye.